going to be Talking Tickets. And with Talking Tickets, we have ourselves up first. We have the actual bets list for this week, and AAC bets list. It starts us off 12.5 to East Carolina this week. We got Memphis as our plus 165. We talked about that yesterday as the game of the week. We also have North Texas minus 6.5. Charlotte plus 3.5. They could be a possible dog bet as well too. You also have South Florida minus 135. And then I'm going with the big enchilada this week with UAB getting themselves a nice win as a group because they did come off of a good game last week. They dropped 56 points. They should be able to start, building some confidence up and everything like that. And there's a perfect storm in this game for them to go ahead and get a monster upset against a team that has no reason being that high on the spread. All right, so here goes our CUSA. We already finished up Conference USA for this week, and we did absolutely awful. Sam Houston got blown out last night. Jacksonville State got blown out last night. And FIU, surprisingly, they got blown out as well, too, last night. But we got Middle Tennessee State to get us a good win the other night. So it's all good when it comes to that. All right, so we move forward, and we have ourselves the MAC bets list, and we got Kent State. I know Kent State is an awful, awful team this season, but they're going against another awful team for their game. They got another awful team that they're going up against. So we're going to take the plus 310 on Kent State to get their one lone MAC win this year. I think it happens this weekend. I'll take them with the plus 310. They're coming off of a game against a much, much better team, and they did kind of play well enough to have a little bit of confidence in them this week. And then we have the Ball State plus 17 at home. I know that they're not as good as they were last year. They lost a lot of players to the transfer portal and everything like that, but still, they're a good team. And I think that not good in the sense to where they can go beat USC, but they're good for this conference. And I think that the plus 17 is a bit much, and I got to take it. And they're at home, so let's go ahead and see how it goes, see how it checks out. Then we got Central Michigan minus 12.5. I think they do win their game by 2 touchdowns. It should be a good one for them. They had a really rough week going against Buffalo, but Buffalo was at home, and sometimes, it just happens like that where teams just get into a good groove at home and just things work out for the best. And then you have Miami of Ohio, who I consider one of the best teams in the conference. Not the best team in the conference, but they're one of the best teams in the conference, and they should be a big player in who goes to Detroit this year as well, too. But I do like them with the 8.5 in that spot. We got Bowling Green, who's going against Buffalo, and what I feel is more of a toss-up game than anything, but I'm going to go ahead and take the spread here because I feel like a close game is coming between the two. I'm just going off the fact on who these teams played against, and Bowling Green has the more significant win against a Power 5 school, that being Wake Forest, when they absolutely wrecked those boys a few weeks back. And then you got Ohio, who is, to me, the best team in the conference, the team that I do have winning this conference as well, too. And they have a game that's really tough against Northern Illinois, but their quarterback makes everything that much more easier for this team as well. So I do believe that they can go ahead and keep moving along and get their 6th win in a row because this team has been playing really, really good football as of late. We move forward. Let's talk about the Mountain West bets list. Fresno tries to bounce back this week in a really, really good spot. I know it's going to be a little tough, though, because they are going against Utah State on the road. And, Mikey Keene is still a game-time decision because you saw what happened at the end of the game last week. He got hit pretty hard, and it wound up being something that was a little bit more serious than it looked. And, you had 3 trainers on the field. Usually when that happens, it's going to be touch and go for you to play the next week. Then we have Nevada, who's going against UNLV, who's actually pretty good this year. Nevada's pretty bad. Nevada's coming into this game on 5, but if anybody can up in a UNLV team, it's Nevada. I've noticed that over the years that this is such a great rivalry that most don't talk about. But Reno versus Vegas is always a great, great game. And you say Reno, yeah, because Nevada's in Reno. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean? They never really mention where they just say the University of Nevada. It's really the University of Nevada, Reno. So pretty much the little big city going against the big little city. So it's always a lot of fun. But I got Nevada in this one. They're going to be the home team this year, and they're going to really make UNLV work for that win. And UNLV makes all their games a little bit too close for comfort, in my opinion. So it is what it is. And then you have New Mexico, who's plus 8.5. That should be a pretty good spot. They're going to be at home as well, too. This should be a really good game for New Mexico. I know they're not the same type of team they've been over the years, but they should show out a little bit and keep this game close. We'll see how it goes. And then Wyoming Air Force is our actual game of the week. So pretty much I do like Air Force, like I said yesterday, to win this one by 2 touchdowns. Conservative offense, physical defense. That should be able to do the job against a very physical team in Wyoming. And then we have Colorado State, who's in a upset situation where they could possibly pull off an upset in their spot. I know that the game looks like it's a little bleak going against Boise State, but Boise State has proved to be a little vulnerable this season. So Colorado State, after having a pretty back and forth game with Colorado the way that they did, I actually believe in what this team can do in this conference. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. But I do like the plus 7.5 with Colorado State. And then we have San Diego State. I think San Diego State should be able to bounce back this weekend, have a big game, big spot for them. And I like them. I like them a lot. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it shakes out in that accord. And San Diego State should get us home with that -6. Now let's move forward to the Sun Belt. And we got App State -5. But App State actually lost the other night too. And I got to put that down. But App State did lose the other night to the Coastal Carolina. So that's a loss right there with App State. We got Georgia Southern plus 5.5 against James Madison. We talked about that yesterday because that's our game of the week. I feel like Georgia Southern keeps the game close. If they win, cool. But I think they lose this game by 3. You got Monroe. I got them at plus 16.5. I think Monroe, who is a little sneaky. They're a deceptive team. They're not a team that's going to sneak up and beat you, but they're a team that's going to make you work for your win. So I do like Monroe in this game at plus 16.5. And then we got Georgia State in pretty much a toss-up game, but I like Georgia State to take care of their business because they are going to be the home team in this spot. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out, but that's going to be our Sun Belt list for today. For this weekend. We got the West Virginia Houston bets. I like West Virginia tonight, -3. Also like the over 24 first half. And then we're going to take Houston on the half a point first quarter. Then we move forward. We got ourselves the SMU ECU bets. We got Eastern Carolina with the plus 12.5. I also have the under 26 first half -110. And then we have the plus 3.5 to Eastern Carolina first quarter as well. Then we move forward and we have ourselves the NLDS game 4 bets. As I told Jeff while he was on the show, I'm taking the Braves to win this game with the -150 money line. Also, we have the under 4.5 with the first 5 innings -125. And then I have the Phillies under 3.5 runs today, team total with the -120. So that's going to be our ticket for the baseball tonight, the playoff game. And then with the TNF, I'm going to go with the double whammy. I got the plus 10.5 on the Broncos, and then I'm about to be a little cocky tonight. I'm going to go ahead and take the Broncos with the plus 460, see if we can go ahead and shake the card a little bit. And then we have the plus 7 with the Broncos first half. And then we also have the over 9.5 first quarter. And then we have the Chiefs under 30.5 -150. So that's going to be our bets tonight. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it shakes out. And this is going to be our group for tonight and for this week as well, too. So I thank you guys very much for tuning in today. I know the show was a little bit longer than it usually is, but we had Jeff in the house with us today. So that was a lot of fun, and we'll have him